How can you tell if someone is lying? There are some tricks and shorthands to help you detect lies. First, watch their eyes. If they start darting their eyes back and forth or rapidly blinking, it's most likely an indication that they feel uncomfortable. Another trick is the direction that they look to. A right-handed person often looks up to his left when thinking about something true. So when they look to their right, they may not be saying all the correct things. If people keep touching their face, they may not be telling the truth. And some obvious ones like excessive sweating and blushing can indicate a lie as well. But sometimes people might not show these signs when they lie. That might be due to the belief that their memory is real and valid. Oftentimes, this is false memory. Think back to your first memory. Do you remember being in a crib? Do you remember who your kindergarten teacher was? Can you tell me what they look like? Do you remember your first car seat? When the first time you played outside? How much do you really remember? Memory is essential to everyone's lives. If we didn't have memories of the past, we wouldn't be able to think about the present or future. Without our memory, we would not be able to learn anything. Memory has three major processes. There's encoding, storage, and retrieval. This isn't a flawless process, and memory can easily be altered, misremembered, or even forgotten. Memory encoding is the first step. When we are exposed to information, our minds automatically change it to a form so it can be stored. There are three main ways that our mind can encode: visual, acoustic, and semantic. Storage concerns either the short-term memory or long-term. In short-term memory, information can only be held for a short time, as long-term memory can even last a lifetime. Memory retrieval is about extracting the information from our mind. When asked to retrieve something, the differences between short-term memory and long-term memory can become clear. Short-term memory is often stored and retrieved sequentially, so when you're asked to remember a list of words and asked for the third one, you'll most likely go through the list till you hit 3. Long-term memory is stored and retrieved by association. So if you hear one song, you might think of memory associated with it. As straightforward as memory may seem, it has a lot of faults. Have you ever second-guessed yourself if you've turned off the stove or not? Maybe you convinced yourself you didn't turn it off when in fact you did. This is an example of how your memory is malleable. Oftentimes, false memories can come from misattribution, misinformation, and even the new information and experiences you experience now to slightly interfere with memories you already have created. False memories can be simple as forgetting if your keys were on the table to remembering a certain person at a crime scene. Eyewitnesses falsely remembering can be an example of the serious implications of false memory. Brian Williams is a very well-known example of a false memory. In 2003, Mr. Williams was apparently flying behind a helicopter that had been hit by a rocket-propelled grenade. But over time, the story had changed, to the point that Mr. Williams remembered that he was flying in the helicopter that became under fire. Even Elizabeth Loftus, a leading memory researcher and a professor of law and cognitive science at the University of California, Irvine, said, "You've got all these people saying this guy's a liar, and convicting him of deliberate deception without considering an alternative hypothesis, that he developed a false memory." Other famous false memories include Hillary Clinton and Mitt Romney. Hillary Clinton once claimed to have been under sniper fire in Bosnia, only later to admit that she had her facts wrong. Mitt Romney said he remembered a Detroit Jubilee that took place 9 months before he was born. I hope you now see that memory isn't the most reliable. Just think back to last week. What shirt were you wearing? How about the shoes? How about the person who sits next to you in class? Our memories are often taken for granted, yet we also trust them a little too much. How much of your memory is a reality, and how much of it is an illusion?